Hi, this is Chuck. Welcome to our video question of the week. This week's question is from Bud in Pennsylvania. He's asking about billable hours and productivity in the design and engineering department, asking what the average productivity ratio would be for their CAD, engineering, drafting people, and then about overtime, exempt, non-exempt. Let me start with the exempt status. Is that for the most part, people that do design work, engineering, CAD, documentation, support, they are required to be paid overtime. It's a situation, unless they are supervising someone, a manager, then you do have to do that. Now, on the allocating of time and the percentages, is I would use a target number of about 75% productive for these folks. Reason being, there's a lot of training involved. There's a lot of learning about manufacturers' products and going to product training and things of that nature. It does seem a little bit frustrating not to have that be higher, but that's about what's realistic. When it comes to allocating to the job itself, that part of it is pretty easy. The part that I ask our members to consider a little bit more is, what are they actually doing when they're doing billable work on a job? Or is that time really necessary? A good example of that is a consultant-led project. When it comes into your engineering department, are they trying to re-engineer the job and start from scratch, and then putting a lot of time and effort into second guessing or wondering how something was done? Those are the companies that are also the ones that typically get beat by 20-30% on bid day, because they're taking so much design time and allocating it to a job that's already been designed by someone else. So we got to be thinking about that. That tends to drive people crazy when there's so much time put back into a job that's already designed in the first place. Another thing that we're seeing a lot of is specialization in the design and engineering departments, where you might have someone that's just doing digital signage, or someone just doing audio or video systems, security, and so on. And what we're seeing is that in the age of specialization, that also leads to a lower productivity time, because the generalist isn't there, a person that can move quickly from project to project and be a little bit more efficient in that. So as the complexity, and some people do it on a vertical market, so they may have a healthcare design specialist and another one for education. So in doing it, it kind of naturally makes you a little less efficient, and yet it's quite a value to the company. It really helps your reputation, your brand. It's a huge asset for your company to have that type of a resource there, but it then leads to a little productivity issue. So as far as the engineering department, they're often labeled as the biggest bottleneck, of course, in getting jobs done in a timely basis or out for proposal on a timely basis. But for the KPI on this, the key performance indicator, is look at how much time you're allocating and how much time you're actually billing to each job, and making sure that those numbers are right. So thanks for the great question. It was a very tough question this week, but thanks for asking it.